ever watch fishing on TV for like 15 minutes and then just go, boy, I better get a life. I'm watching fishing. I'm not even fishing. I'm watching fishing. Too lazy to fish. I'm taping fishing. To watch again later. Come on over. I got a fishing tape. No, a new one. And at the end of the fishing show, they roll credits. There are like 90 people involved with the two guys fishing. What are they all doing? And one of the credits is film editor. This poor guy. He's got to watch all the footage that's not exciting enough to make it into that final show.
Your morning blitz begins now.
Have a great Friday, you mother...
Okay. Buckle up. Buckle the F up, because first of all, it's Friday. Second of all, we might see record warm temperatures today.
Oh. And
third of all, it's a hot mess in this studio right now.
Oh, my God.
Let me tell you, coming up here at about 8:30, there was a situation I wanted to talk about. We are going to talk about. A friend of mine, a radio friend of mine in Kentucky, is going through a am I too trusting type moment. Oh. She did something. She allowed, air quotes, allowed her husband to do something, and people are kind of questioning her, like, I can't believe you let your husband do that. Yesterday, I kind of fell into the same scenario in terms of hanging out with another woman.
Oh, okay.
And on top of that, her and I put down some beverages.
Oh, hell no.
And so right now, I'm a little... I had to take some Advil this morning. Mm-hmm. So we've got that going on.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what's going to come out of my mouth today.
Okay.
And then second of all, Thick and I are sitting in the studio as we do every morning, prepping for the show. And Kelly is busy prepping some news and other things she does in another studio. And you walk in usually 5 or 10 minutes to get the show started. But this morning, we just hear, boom, door kicked in. She goes, I need some help.
She shoved her phone in my face. What's it say? What's what say?
So then she comes running to me after you can't see it.
I'm like,
you're
what? Younger, you have good eyes.
Right.
What does this say?
So I'm squinting. I'm turning on extra lights. I'm holding the phone up.
So, yeah, it's on my phone. All right, so here's what happened. I had a few extra minutes. I'm like, listen, they dropped a new episode of Severance. I'm going to get a jump start on this thing because I'm already getting TikToks about people's theories about this latest episode. So I'm like, screw, I need to be up on what's happening like ASAP. So I start watching Severance, and it's just the beginning. There's no spoilers here, I promise you. But they are driving by a building in the distance, and it says something on the building. It says something. It's like a long sign, and I'm like, I can't read it, though. I tried to enlarge it, and I'm watching on my phone. So I'm like, okay, I need better eyes. I asked Thick. He can't read it.
I'm like, what sign? I can't even see a sign.
So I pointed it out. I'm like, right here. And you're like, oh, okay. And then couldn't figure it out. So I immediately shoved my phone in Goose's face. What does this say? And just like he said, he's turning on extra lights. He's squinting. He's like, I don't know. And I'm like, all right, well, that's what I get for watching on my phone. It's too small.
We need a bigger screen.
We need a bigger screen.
Okay, wait. I've got my...
I'm not letting these MFers on TikTok scoop me on what this sign says.
Hold on. I've got my MacBook.
What if the sign's a spoiler?
Apple TV.
It's not. I don't think so. It's just right in the beginning. If you're caught, it just says what the building says.
What episode? Oh, the latest episode?
Yeah.
Hold on.
So
9.
I need to log in.
Episode 9.
Okay.
All right,
Can
episode
you get
9.
to it?
Yeah, episode 9.
I hope it's better than episode 8.
It's loading. How far in?
It's just like a few. Here, let me look at my phone. It's just like 5 minutes. 5 minutes in.
5 minutes. Oh.
It's just a sort of a landscape with a building.
Yeah.
What's it say on that building?
Hold on, I'm going to make this the full screen.
You got it?
It's Windows. I don't mean the word windows. It's just windows.
I told you there was no sign.
There's no sign.
I told you that.
Look, hold on. I'm going to bring my...
Let me see.
I try to tell you
It
that.
doesn't say any.
It's windows.
Wait.
What are you talking about, freaky woman?
Son of a gun.
It's just the bars between the windows.
I told you there was no
It
sign.
doesn't say anything. So you guys can see better than I can. See, here's what these people. Here's what this whole Severance community has me doing: trying to enlarge a picture of a building that says something, but it's just windows. That is how deep I am to these conspiracy theories. And
There is no sign whatsoever.
Come on!
All right. Welcome to the S Show Friday. Let's go with Blitz Morning Trivia. Think what you got.
All right, the question for $25 to Waterbeds and Stuff and Beds and Stuff Superstores is what TV personality just finally emerged from a coma that he suffered when he got a stroke? This is a TV personality. He was in a coma. He has finally recovered from that coma and is emerging. Who is the TV personality? Be the first one to tell us at 99-700 and get that Waterbeds and Stuff gift card.
I think let's get to the answer of today's Blitz Morning Trivia.
All right, the question was what TV host he recently emerged from a coma that he had fallen into after having a stroke, and he is recovering. And the answer is Matt Pinfield from, remember Matt from MTV?
Absolutely. I remember reading that story, I don't know, probably 2 weeks ago or so, that he had this massive stroke. It was so sad.
Yeah. He's at Sonic Temple every year. I don't know if he'll be there this year. Probably.
I'm going to say no.
Yeah, I'm going to guess not. But, he's a great dude, and he's recovering. They're wondering about whether he's going to be able to speak and walk completely normal again, which is really sad. But it was Matt Pinfield, and Zach from Grove City was the first one to text in the correct answer. So he wins $25 to go spend at Waterbeds and Stuff and Beds and Stuff Superstores.
Enjoy. We are about 30 minutes away from starting the clock. Hopefully you got the Sonic Temple song of the day that Ronnie had for you at 4:20 yesterday, because it will play sometime between 7 and 8 a.m. When you hear it, be caller number 9, and you are going to get tickets for Sunday's show at Sonic Temple. Metallica, Alice in Chains, Chevelle, and a whole bunch of others. If money wasn't an issue, where are you going on vacation?
Well, I really want to do Western Canada, Alberta, Banff, that whole area. I know maybe it's not.
That's going to be your number one choice.
I really want to go there. That's number one on the bucket list. So,
Wow, really?
Yeah, if I have $1 billion, do you know where I'm going? Banff.
Wow.
That's where I want to go.
Give me
Okay. I absolutely want to see that area.
Yeah,
but
it's
definitely
not
number one on the list.
It just looks
nowhere
so beautiful.
exotic. Nowhere.
No.
Yeah, give me an overwater bungalow in Bora Bora.
Yeah, Tahiti.
Do you know how long that flight is?
I'm going to be on the fastest jet it is if I got $1 billion.
I just am not interested. In fact, I'd like to drive.
But I can spend, you know what though? But I can spend a couple of days in Hawaii on my way.
Yeah, that's fine. Do you know how long that flight to Hawaii is?
I'll spend a couple days in L.A. on my way to Hawaii.
Aren't you seeing these planes catching on fire?
Oh,
yeah, I had another one for sure. I asked because it was very interesting when they did this survey in terms of where you live kind of determines where you want to go on vacation. Like, a bunch of us just want to be warmer. Florida was picked a lot. Hawaii was picked a lot. Vegas was picked a lot. Southern California. But people in those areas, like Arizona and Nevada.
Yeah, where do they want to go?
They want to go up towards, Seattle or Denver, where it's, a little bit cooler.
Alberta.
I don't know about that. And then when you get down south, in the Florida, Georgia, Alabama area, they really want to go to New York or Las Vegas. They want to get bigger cities. So it's just interesting the way that depending on where you live really affects where your vacation choice would be.
Have you ever seen pictures of Lake Louise? I'm begging you to just scroll through a few pictures of Banff and that whole area. You will be sold. I'm telling you.
What is Banff?
It's a national forest. in Alberta, Canada.
Is there an overwater bungalow?
It's gorgeous.
It's
I don't know
called
about that.
Banff?
Maybe. Yeah, BANFF.
Oh, okay. So it's not badass mom.
No.
Oh, okay. That's the only thing I can think
It's badass
of.
National Forest.
That's the only thing I
That's
can
what it
think
is.
of. I didn't know if it was like two cities combined, and that's just what they called that area was Banff because it was so great. Which would be very cocky of a city to be like, "Hey, we are the Banffs."
Then I would want to go there.
Okay.
Right. Then I want to go absolutely.
It's just the name keeping you away.
Yes.
I gotcha.
Yeah, that's just a weird name. 99.7 Blitz.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
All right, here we go. We got some Gators. The first story coming from WKMG down in St. Petersburg, Florida. Let's take a listen to the news.
A man comes home to find an alligator in his living room.
And I'm like, oh crap, I got to deal with this today?
All right, that's Paul Quinn there. He lives in Fort Myers, and he says he discovered
pause
the
it real quick. That was the entire news clip. Him standing in the living room going, oh, crap, I got to deal with this today? And then
like,
back
oh,
to the
crap, I got to
anchors.
deal with this today?
And then back to the anchors. They didn't ask him anything.
And I'm like, oh crap, I got to deal with this today?
All right, that's Paul Quinn there. He lives
Pause
in
it again.
Fort Myers.
Save that clip for any time Kelly goes off on a severance rant.
Okay. Oh.
Then we can just play that clip.
And I'm like, oh crap, I got to deal with this today?
All right, that's Paul Quinn there. He lives in Fort Myers, and he says he
ready to
discovered
go.
the unwanted reptile after waking up Sunday morning. There it is. He says he kept his distance. He waited for FWC to arrive to haul the gator outside, but here's the thing. The gator didn't want to leave, and even took a bite out of one of the family's chairs.
They always tell you to be careful, be mindful of the alligators. This is why.
Dragging that thing out of there. All right, poor guy. The homeowners say they usually leave their doors open to get a little breeze. This time of year, reptile just busted through a screen, walked right in. Well, you're right inside.
What would you rather have?
So the door was open.
Would you rather have an alligator or a bear?
Oh, that's easy.
I think depending on the size. Depending on the size,
I'm going to go
Why are you
full grown,
debating
full
this?
grown.
full grown.
Probably a gator.
Same.
Yeah, probably a gator.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Hard. No, I'm taking the bear.
What if it's a 25-foot
What?
crocodile?
You are not taking the bear.
I'm taking the bear. Have you ever seen how fast crocodiles are?
Not as fast
Or
as
alligators,
Not
sorry.
as fast as bears. There's
I
no
feel
way.
like there is a greater chance of me like bear whispering than there is gator whispering. I truly feel that to my soul.
And
that
I'm like, oh crap, I got to deal with this today?
No
How
way.
dare you?
Are you?
Yeah.
What?
Nope, I pick the bear every time. Yeah.
I mean, if
Women
it was-
are picking
Also,
bears. Women are picking bears over men and alligators now.
And honestly, if I'm going to die, then have the bear take a chomp out of my head. Like, let's get it over with.
Oh
I don't want it to
my
start
God.
at my feet
All right.
like a gator.
An 8-foot gator, I'm going gator. But if we were talking about like one of those big crocodiles that eats zebras, yeah, no, that thing's going to swallow you.
The one in this house was 8 feet.
Yeah, that one I would take that over a bear. But if it's like
I'm always taking the alligator.
But if it's like but what if it's like a 25-foot crocodile?
No,
Dude,
You cannot reason.
you wouldn't have no chance. I will have a chance at a bear over a 25-foot crocodile.
What chance do you have against a bear?
What kind of bear are we talking about?
Any of them?
If it's brown, you lay down. If it's black, you fight back. If it's white, good night. If it's a polar bear, no. Polar bear's like a 25-foot crocodile when it comes to a bear.
I'm
But a brown
outrunning
bear-
the crocodile. I'm outrunning.
Dude, I don't
any
think you are
crocodile.
outrunning a 25-foot crocodile.
100% outrunning
so.
any crocodile.
What kind of
Okay.
tennis shoes do you have?
Yeah,
I don't know. Those are pretty snazzy. They might
Outrunning
be
any crocodile.
I'm taking the bear, and I don't care what color the bear is. Yeah, because obviously we're all dying in this scenario. So what is the
No,
quicker
we're not.
death? The quicker death is the bear, right?
No, not necessarily.
And also, yeah, the bear has less teeth.
We just
Have
had
you
that story.
seen what a bear does on cocaine? There is no way. That
Yes, I
you
have, and it's
are
really stupid.
surviving.
But we had a story not too long ago about a guy who jumped on a bear's back to protect his wife, and the guy fought off the bear and survived.
Mama say alligators are so ornery because they got all them teeth and no toothbrush.
Well done. on, man. Well done. Second story also coming out of Florida. Another Gator story. You have got to hear, there's a pizza delivery person who's getting ready to walk up to the house. But unfortunately, there's a gator under the car. So they called the police. Here's the interaction.
Stop. There's an alligator underneath that car right there. Maybe go around the back. No, as long as it stays under the car, you can go around the back.
Did you want to do it, officer?
Ma'am, get back over there. There's an alligator right under your car.
Oh, my God.
Go in the house.
Oh, my heavenly days. There's a big alligator under my car.
Hey, ma'am, get in the house.
Where's my pizza?
I'll take it to the back door.
Holy
Thank you, lady. That's exactly what I'd be asking. Where's my pizza?
Real quick, take it. How old is that lady?
I want to say she is 72.
I got it. Ooh, that's a good guess. I'm going to say 77.
Okay,
upper
all right.
70s.
Upper
Yeah.
70s.
Where's my pizza?
I'll take it to the back door.
Holy
Wait a minute. What a weird triangle. Because the pizza person is there. The police show up, and the police are telling the pizza person, yeah, if you're fine, just walk on by. But then the old lady comes out, and the pizza person, the police officer's all concerned about the lady, but the lady isn't concerned about the alligator.
Oh, yeah, no.
Like, it's this weird triangle
Yeah.
of nonchalantness.
Right.
That is your alligator not so breaking news. 99.7 The Blitz. 800-821-9970. That's the phone number. 99-700 is the text line. Here's the question. You've got $10,000 to remodel your home a little bit or decorate any way you want. Kelly, what are you doing?
Okay, I am completely remodeling the bathroom. It's 10 grand?
$10K.
Okay, so I can do that for 10 grand.
Yeah, you can do a bathroom for 10K.
100%. Yep, that's where I'm going.
Okay. Thick? 10K?
I think a man cave.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I already have a bit of a man. I've got some of the paraphernalia for a man cave,
Right,
but I would just
same here.
expand upon. I would make sure it's the biggest TV. I would make sure that sound system with the speakers in the
TV?
ceiling.
TV. I need TVs.
TVs? Oh, well, then this is for you then. Samsung is offering the Buzzer Beater Bundle. Of course, we got March Madness Selection Sunday this Sunday, and then the tournament will kick off right after that. And so for $10K, you will get 8 TVs.
Yeah.
The 8 screens are a 98-inch 4K, a 65-inch 8K, 3 65-inch 4Ks, and 3 55-inch 4Ks
No
TVs.
way.
I'll take 1 or 2 of those for my remodeled bathroom.
You want a TV in the bathroom?
It's going to be a nice bathroom. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
All right.
I don't need 8 of them.
Wait a minute. What was the biggest one?
A 98-incher.
When there's going to be 8 TVs?
Yeah, so you got your main one, and then you've got the surrounding TVs, or...
I don't think there's enough room in the man cave.
Well, I was going to say, or you could do it sports bar-like, where you've got a TV on this wall, a TV on that wall, a TV behind the bar, like, you know... But I would think if you have 8 TVs, you would want them all...
Yeah, I want them all. I
centralized.
actually would like to have 9. You know, like Hollywood Squares kind of thing.
Okay,
You know,
but you want them all the same size?
Well, no, I'd like the one in the middle bigger. And then I'd like smaller ones all around it.
Can you
Okay, well, that's what this
tell me
is.
what the purpose of that would
NFL
be?
ticket on NFL Sundays and even college football. I can have different games all around. The one I want to watch the most will go in the middle on
Right.
the big TV, but I'll have them all on a whole wall of football.
Now, here's the thing. The 10K does not include wall mounts or installation.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that's about $200 a piece. So
What?
you're looking at $1,600 extra. But
When you first said 8 TVs for 10 grand, I'm like, well, I could definitely do that for less than 10 grand. But then when you gave the sizes,
yeah,
I didn't think they were going to be
98-inch
4K
4K TV.
I
Yeah,
didn't think
for
that
sure.
was- yes,
you
that's
could
a great
absolutely
deal.
do it cheaper.
That's a great deal.
The offer is available for 1 week until March 22nd. So if you've got 10K around and you really want the best March Madness experience, or you're getting ready for football or coming up in the fall or baseball in the summer, and you've got 10K, you can get 8 TVs. I don't know if I want that. I don't know if like.
I'm over here peeing in luxury. All right, $10,000 is way better spent on the bathroom.
You think?
Yes.
Are you installing for $10K? Are you installing the world's greatest bidet?
100%. It's all going to be there, man. Heated seats. Although heated seats do feel kind of weird on a toilet.
Yeah.
But luxury, like the deepest, most gorgeous
You ever
spa
sit
bath.
down like on a warm toilet seat? You're like, I don't know.
I don't know who was in here before
Right.
me. Yeah.
I was going to say, if you wanted a warm toilet seat, just
But
go to the bathroom after
listen,
Charlie's.
have you guys ever been in a home that has heated floors?
Once.
It's luxury.
Really?
It is luxury like you cannot imagine. I kid you not.
Getting out of the shower and
It's
stepping onto a heated
wonderful.
floor.
I didn't even know that existed.
This is all in my new bathroom,
Oh, yeah.
you guys.
I didn't know.
You're invited.
To the heated floor. And
Number 2, though. Absolutely no number two. No.
No number 2 what?
If I went to
do you
visit,
mean?
if I went to visit Kelly and she had this type of bathroom, I'm 100% giving her an upper decker. Like,
Hey!
I'm making sure
That's so
that
mean.
memory lasts.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm like, screw your heated floors.
You can't invite us over to use your luxurious bathroom to see what it's like to go to
Right.
the bathroom in luxury and then tell us we can't go to
Right.
the bathroom.
You
I'm
can. You
logging
just
on
can't do a number 2.
No,
it's going
I
to
am-
be like an RV rule. You can't do number 2 in an
I am
RV.
logging onto the app, places I've pooped, and I am marking Kelly's bathroom.
Logging being the key
Without a
word.
doubt. Yes, logging for sure. 99.7 The Blitz.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
270 days in jail for a former custodian at Pickerington's Tollgate Elementary School. He will also be forced to register as a sex offender. 64-year-old Edward Dorst was convicted of voyeurism for hiding a cell phone and making recordings last fall inside the staff bathroom. Gross. Sheriff's officials confirmed that no students were involved in those recordings. NASA will try again tonight to launch a mission to retrieve 2 stranded astronauts from the International Space Station. Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams have been stuck on the ISS ever since their Boeing Starliner aircraft suffered mechanical issues that made it unsafe for them to return aboard. They were supposed to be there a week. It's 9 months now. The hydraulic system issue that postponed the Starliner mission on Wednesday night has now been fixed, and the crew is once again cleared for takeoff at 7:03 this evening. An attorney who was at the Tool Live in the Sand Festival in Punta Cana last weekend says he is ready to file a class action lawsuit, and his firm is trying to rally other attendees to join in. It's at cost to no one, but they're trying to get a group together to sue Tool. Goose, you said early in the week that fans were super upset because Tool promised that their 2 headline shows last Friday and Saturday night would be 2 unique sets.
Right.
And in fact, they repeated 4 songs on Saturday that they played Friday. The band was booed and flipped off during their Saturday set, and one fan even put a big sign on his hotel balcony the next day that said F MJK.
Wow.
Anyway, this attorney is from Georgia. His name's Stas Rusek. He says he has seen Tool nearly 30 times. He's a huge fan. And he says the band betrayed him and all the other fans who spent thousands of dollars to attend. Now, people in all the comment sections are arguing, what does unique really mean? Does it mean that there will be no repeats, or is it just 2 different sets?
Maybe they mixed up
repeats?
where they played the songs in the sets.
Right.
Maybe the pyrotechnics were different.
Maybe the stage show was different.
Right.
But Rusek says it was reasonable for fans to assume that when they said 2 unique sets, it would mean no repeats. So he believes that he has a case against Tool.
Thick, what do you think? Do you agree with the lawsuit?
Like if Metallica promised 2 unique...
Because that's Metallica, they've straight up said there will not be a repeat of any songs.
Yeah, they've
Friday
been on this 2-set, 2-night thing for a while.
Right. I guess I'd need to see them, really. And if that's all it says is 2 unique sets,
You wouldn't assume that it's no repeats?
I would probably
assume
would
it.
think it. Yeah, I probably would think it, but I don't know if I would jump on a lawsuit to hold them to that, because that's just my assumption I made.
The other part of it, too, and granted, we talked about the fact that Tool has some very long songs, and when you see bands live, sometimes the drum solos stretch out songs, but night 1, they played 10 songs. Night 2, they only played 9 songs.
Well, now, if
in
you're
their
doing
entire
like,
show.
11-minute fear inoculum both nights, I'm mad.
15-minute
Then
song.
I'm mad.
Yeah, and you're going to hear that 2 nights in a row?
Then I'm mad.
Right.
Yeah, that stinks.
I don't like Sioux culture, and if you're going to see a show, but it is out of country, you're paying a lot to go and check them out. Do you agree with the lawsuit, Kelly?
I would never sue over this. In a million years, I wouldn't sue. I get a great vacation on Punta Cana. It's beautiful. I'm seeing, I'm seeing a festival with way more people than just Tool.
Right.
Like I'm getting shows.
I agree with
I'm not
you.
suing over it, but I would think, you said 2 unique sets, and I kind of assumed that meant no repeats.
Right.
I might be a little disappointed, but I'm not suing.
Okay. Would you be disturbed? See what I did there?
Now, I am looking for a good lawsuit, though, because I would like to win a gigantic lawsuit, but I wouldn't be that one.
Did you know there's a class action website?
Dude, I get settlements because I will apply for them. Like, I just got, I had to apply for, I think it was a Blue Cross Blue Shield class action, and I'm getting like $150 out of that.
Wait, you had to or you did?
I did. You don't have to, but you just say, yeah, I want in on that settlement,
Okay,
baby.
I'm sorry, let me rephrase. Did they reach out to you and tell you you're a part of this group, you can apply for the class action, or did you see the class action lawsuit?
Okay, that they sent me, but I'm on this TikTok where this girl tells you the class actions that you can just go and get involved in.
There is a website.
I need this website.
I have a good friend, former coworker of mine, and when we did the morning show together, during commercial breaks, that's all she did was go to this website and apply for every class. She got a $3,400 check for a class action lawsuit about strippers in California. She is a 4'11" Italian who lives in Detroit. She has.
How did you get that?
You can this website. You can just apply for every class action lawsuit.
No, I wouldn't do something that I wasn't due. I wouldn't like fake it. But man, $5,400. Yeah, no, I can't live like that because I would be afraid of karma. I mean, I would really be afraid that, like, I'm going to spend that $54 and get hit by a bus. I really don't want that. But I will apply. I like to get a $1.50 check from Kellogg's. Why not?
Why?
No kidding. I know it's a waste of time. I know. I can't. I don't know. I'm not even really cheap at all. I'm not. I don't care about $1.50, but it's kind of fun. I don't know.
I guess
it was a click of a button. What do I care?
Right.
$1.50 for clicking a button.
All right.
Why not? All right. Those are your 3 things.
All right, we're rolling into the weekend. Maybe you got like a date night planned with your significant other. You're super excited. It's going to be tomorrow is today. Today is a special holiday.
It is.
If you don't know.
I don't know.
It is the man's version of Valentine's Day. Do you not know about March 14th?
I don't.
It's Pie Day.
It is Pie Day, but it is also Steak and Favor Day.
Okay. Yes, I've heard of this.
Yes. So if you got
She doesn't celebrate, though.
Oh, I don't want any meat in my mouth, steak or otherwise. If you plan on celebrating, and maybe you want to expand things in the bedroom, chances are, if you haven't said anything yet, you probably should, because they just surveyed people between the ages of 25 and 34 and 35 and 44. And a little more than 1/3 of the people interviewed, and upwards of 69% when it gets to couples, which is strange. No, I'm serious.
It's not strange.
Are into the possibility of a threesome.
69% of people.
Yep.
Are these all single people?
Yeah.
No. In fact, the number goes up for people in a relationship. It's actually higher for people in a relationship, and it's slightly higher in the older demographic, the 35 to 44-year-old.
Bunch of freaks out there.
I'm telling you. So we need to dive a little deeper into this and bring in the Blitz Morning sex expert, Dirk Motomoto. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. People finally listening to Dirk Moto Moto. Threesomes is where it's at, baby. Oh, yeah. Unless, of course, you can't handle all that loving. But if you need a third, Dirk Moto Moto's all about it. You just give me a call, 800-821-9970. Or you can shoot us a text at 99700. If you need that person to fulfill that third role, Dirk Moto Moto's here for you. Oh, yeah.
Check your panties.
Wow.
So I'm just saying, if you've had the thought, but you're like, I don't know if I can bring this up. I don't know if he'll be into it. I don't know if she'll be into it. Chances are there is a 69% chance that they have thought about it as well.
Nick texted, he's out. He'll just disappoint one person at a time. Thank you.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, no, I get it. Absolutely. 99.7 The Blitz.
Jeez, freaking perfect.
When's the last time you had like a light bulb go off and you're like, oh, that's it? Because I just had a light bulb go off.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Why are you out of breath?
Because my Uber driver, I didn't get a chance to eat breakfast this morning.
Yeah.
So I went on the Uber Eats and I had some McDonald's delivered. And I'm watching him drive, and I asked Thick, oh my God, I'm so out of shape. I'm asking Thick how much time we have. He goes, like 2 minutes before we jump back on the air. So I'm looking at the driver. I run to the front door. I don't see him. I run to the back door, and then I run back up front. I see him, but we've got, safety doors, so I had to grab the garbage can, put that in there. I go running out. He's sitting in the park. I'm like, yo, I'm back here. I go running out. He steps out of his car. I'm like, yeah, I got the McDonald's order. He goes, yeah, I put it by the door. So I had to run back up to the door. I think I'm running out of time, so I run back to the studio.
Look like you're about to fall over.
What is that? I did 3 sprints. What was that? Oh, the not the horseshoe pickup. What was it in gym class? The shuffle.
Yeah.
Remember picking up the eraser?
Yes.
Shuttle. The shuttle run.
Yep.
All I did was a shuttle run, and I'm about to pass out. Tony, good morning.
Hey, how are you?
Good. I'm not good. I'm out of breath. Getting fat and old, apparently. This is awful.
Same here.
Well, then make sure you don't do any running at Sonic Temple, because that was the Sonic Temple song of the day. You have got tickets for Sunday show with Metallica, Alice in Chains, Chevelle. You're going to be there, all right?
Yes, that's awesome. I can't wait.
Congratulations. I hope you have a great weekend, Tony.
Thanks, you guys, too.
All right, bye. Speaking of light bulbs going off and the weekend, I spent a little extra time in the shower this morning.
Okay.
Just letting the hot water just
sitting
rain down. Yeah, rain down over me. Wasn't crying this time. Okay. I was just kind of contemplating. I'm getting ready after the show. I'm going to drive back to Detroit so I can spend the weekend with Nora and the boys and just, preparing for the weekend. And so while I was in there, I had some thoughts run through my head, so I figured I would share with you some of the things I was thinking about in the shower this morning.
Can't wait.
Things like, I bet attractive people think the world is a lot more polite than it really is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's really not, unless you're one of the beautiful people.
Mm-hmm. I just saw a story yesterday. Attractive people make 20% more money than not attractive people. Same job.
Totally
Same
believe
job.
it.
Yeah.
Totally believe it. I thought about this. I don't think I have ever heard a car alarm go off and thought, hey, someone's stealing a car.
Never. It's the most useless invention in the world.
It really is.
All it is like, oh, gosh, did someone turn that off?
Yeah, I'm trying to sleep. Turn your car alarm off. I thought about this. Candlelight dinners weren't so special before the light bulb was invented.
Oh, you're right. Every dinner was a candlelight dinner.
Every dinner was a candlelight dinner.
Oh, how boring.
Right. Like, who decided, let's make this romantic like they did when they didn't have electricity? Come on. I thought about this. I would be willing, as we get to the warmer weather, preparing for summer, I would be willing to donate blood to the mosquito community if they would just stop. Like take all your own. But don't come at me, bro. Thought about
dealing with the itching afterwards.
Right, exactly.
Just let me give it
if
to you.
If you want some blood, I will give you some. I thought about this morning. During a nuclear explosion, there is a certain distance from the blast radius.
Yeah.
Where frozen pizzas in a supermarket are just cooked perfectly.
Ooh.
Wherever that, 425 degree mark is away from the blast radius, those pizzas, perfect.
Wow. Now that is a thought worth thinking.
Mm-hmm. Thought about this. Security at every level of an airport is ridiculous. Go in, you have to have your license, you got to get your ticket, you got to go through TSA, you got to get scanned, all of it. Except for baggage claim. Just take whatever bag you want. It's fine. Nobody's looking at all. Nobody cares. Thought about this morning.
Wait, how long was this shower?
It was a long. I ran out of hot water.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thought about this morning. It would be really cool if after you died, you got to see the top 5 times you almost died.
Ooh.
I would love to go back. I can name one in particular where I fell down backwards an entire flight of stairs, and it not only hit the ground, but it hit a computer monitor that was sitting on the ground.
Oh my god!
Right in the middle of my back. I'm surprised. I don't know how I didn't die. And the other time was riding the bull and almost getting kicked in the face.
I saw that. I saw you almost die.
Yeah. Yep.
That was crazy.
And finally, this is the last thing I thought about before I got out of the shower. The fact that our arms are long enough to reach our genitals is one of the biggest things we take for granted. Could you imagine?
No.
Could you imagine being a sexually frustrated T-Rex?
No.
Like, I just want to touch it. I can't reach. I just want to touch it. It's the worst. It would be so frustrating.
That's a curse.
Okay, those were all my thoughts. 99.7 The Blitz. All right, when's the last time you had a medical mishap? Have you ever had one? 800-821-9970 or 99-700. I came across this TikTok while I was doom scrolling yesterday. And this poor lady gives you a visual, basically from her chest down.
Yeah.
You can kind of see her feet.
Yeah.
Doesn't say why she's in the hospital, but while she was there, she had to get an external catheter. I don't know exactly what that is, but it's a thing. And unfortunately, it wasn't in the right position or something went wrong with the catheter. And, well, take a listen.
All right. I'm in the hospital. I have on one of the external catheters, a.k.a. cooter canoes. It has malfunctioned, and this is the sound that I get now when I put my legs anywhere near each other. Is that not sad?
What?
What? Forget cooter canoe. That's cooter crying. Like,
oh my gosh.
That poor thing. Play that one more time.
That's my favorite part.
Basically, she's moving her legs back and forth, and that's the sound.
What? Oh my gosh. Okay, so this thing is, you don't put it inside you. It's just like a cup that goes over so that you go in that, I
a canoe.
guess?
I guess,
Okay,
yeah.
now I get it. Canoe.
All right. Oh, that is so funny. It's like a cat.
Yes, that's what it sounds like.
I'm definitely trying to play show tunes or something with that thing. Like, it's good. We're playing around to name that tune to kill the time.
Yes.
For sure.
Oh, God.
Did you ever have a medical mishap? 800-821-9970 or 99-700. Kelly, you said you had one?
I have a small one. I was at a regular doctor's appointment, my annual doctor's appointment, just for insurance purposes. I have to get a blood draw every year, and they do it right there in the doctor's office. I don't have to go to a special lab. So the gal came in. I'd never seen her before. A gal comes in, a younger gal, to do my blood draw, and puts the needle in, and then she goes, uh-oh. And I go, oh, no, uh-oh.
No, uh-oh.
I go, what's going on? And she goes, hang on just a minute. The needle had come loose from the plunger and was inside my vein.
Oh,
with just a small piece of it sticking out of my arm. A very minuscule part of that needle was still showing. The rest was in there. So I'm like, don't panic, Kelly. Don't panic. And long story short, it was fine. They were able to get it out. No problem. But yeah, the needle came loose from the plunger somehow.
Did they use like little tweezers to grip the end?
Grab it and pull it out. I'm like, man.
My God.
Stop it. You rode a bull.
That is.
But that feels like a long way to go for a needle to me. I was like, this doesn't seem right. It seems like it's too far in there.
Yeah, because your vein's right there.
Right there. But
how do they not go all the way through every time? Yeah. It just seems like the second you push that needle in a little bit, it's going all the way through your vein.
The whole thing just went sideways from the start. And it was all turned out fine, and it was no big deal, and she felt terrible. And I'm like, okay, no harm, no foul. But can I have a different nurse?
I didn't have. Yeah, right, exactly. I actually had to ask for a different nurse one time in the hospital because they could, for some reason, I was really dehydrated, and they were having a problem finding the vein. And so it was 3 times in the left upper elbow area, 2 times in the right, and then they had to do 2 times in the top of my hand because they couldn't get it in my elbow. And every time they're like, no, that's not it. And they pulled the needle back out. And that's not it. They pulled the needle back out. I was like, you kidding me?
Like, you get 3 tries max, and then we're doing it on a different day. Like, I obviously need to drink some water before we try again.
800-821-9970 or 99700. Did you have a medical mishap at the doctor or at the hospital or wherever it may be? Love to hear your story. 99.7 The Blitz. Talking about this TikTok I came across where a woman was in the hospital and she had an external catheter and it wasn't hooked up properly. And this is what it sounded like.
All right. I'm in the hospital. I have on one of the external catheters, a.k.a. cooter canoes. It has malfunctioned, and this is the sound that I get now when I put my legs anywhere near each other. Is that not sad?
Well, what was your medical mishap? 800-821-9970 or 99-700.
Oh, these are some crazy ones, guys.
Ryan says not once, not twice, but 3 times they were drilling the wrong tooth. And he had to finally get a crown on the teeth that they drilled wrong.
Oh my gosh. Listen to this one.
I don't know if that could be a worse experience.
Oh my gosh, that's awful. All right, listen to this. This person didn't leave their name. It said, ER doctor ordered buprenorphine for me by mistake. Should have been prescribed for the patient next to me who was a heroin addict. They gave it to me instead, overdosed me, had to give me Narcan.
What?
Filed a lawsuit against them and won. His excuse was that he had too many charts open at one time.
That is so scary.
Yikes.
Worst I've had from 5313 says, I was donating blood. They came over and said, oh, you've slowed down a little bit. Let me fix that. Next thing I know, I woke up with a washcloth on my head because I had passed out. I had that happen my senior year. They did a blood drive, and if you were 18, you got to donate blood. So my best friend and I went, and we're sitting across from each other doing the questionnaire, and then the next step after the questionnaire before you donate blood is they give you a little pinprick on your ear, and that is to test your iron.
Okay.
And so they just grabbed a little drop. They pinpricked his ear, and all of a sudden, he turned gray and just slid down the seat like a worm. Out cold.
Oh,
just he cannot donate blood. No, he was out cold.
Jesse said, I flatlined on the operating table during my first of 4 reconstructive knee surgeries. From that point on, they had to intubate me.
Dang.
Flatlined.
How scary is that you go in and next thing you know you wake up and you can't talk, you got the tube down your throat. Oh, man.
Anna Beth said she had a medical mishap in a Texas roadhouse. Oh, my gosh. Where she went into acute kidney failure in the lobby, passed out, and peed herself all over the floor.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's a situation.
All right. Susie is the end-all, be-all.
Okay.
My husband had to have a procedure where they went through the artery through his groin to get to his heart. Which I know they do that a lot.
Yep.
But when they were done, they didn't notice during the surgery that they had nicked an artery, and all the blood flew into his nutsack, and they swelled up like a watermelon.
A watermelon?
Oh, my God!
A watermelon?
Oh, that'll leave some stretch marks there.
That is... These nuts. I mean, every guy has, like, stretched and pulled before, but a watermelon? Susie, you win. 99.7 The Blitz.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
12 people were taken to hospitals with minor injuries after an American Airlines plane landed at Denver International yesterday and caught fire. This was such a wild video. Did you see it?
I did not see the video.
Okay, so this plane was going from Colorado Springs to Dallas, but ended up making an emergency landing in Denver because the crew reported some engine vibrations. So when this thing landed, this fire just started, this giant fire underneath, and all of a sudden all this black smoke just envelops the entire jet. It was full. There were like 172 passengers, 6 crew on board. They had to deploy the slides. This thing was on the ground and at the gate, I think, when it went up. But there were like 30 people standing on the wing and trying to get off this thing.
I would love to stand on an airplane wing.
Yeah, I would too.
I also want to use the slide. I think that'd be a ton of fun.
I will take the slide over the wing, but also, do you think, could you hang on to the wing of a plane and make it as it was going down the runway to lift off? You think you could hang on?
Make it?
Not on a jet.
Maybe on a Cessna.
I have hung on the wing of a Cessna
you
before.
You have not. When it took off?
No, in midair.
What?
Yeah, remember they used to have like shows you could go to where those planes would have people doing tricks on the wings and stuff.
Well, they have
You're
wing
not
walkers.
A professional, Goose. So
yeah,
how did you do that?
Hang on.
But as a skydiver, you would go out.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You are a skydiver.
I've
like
actually
professional.
I've done a bat hang. I've done a bat hang before, where you step out and you kick your legs up, and you hook your feet on the wing of the plane, so you're hanging like a bat, and the wind pressure keeps you up against the wing, and then you just tilt your toes up and you fall straight down head first.
You're nuts. You're nuts.
On a Cessna, you can do it.
Well,
on a jet, no.
If you're skydiving, it's just a different way to get in the air, right?
Yeah.
You don't need to explain it to me, Thick.
Do you know who
I get it.
Do you know who did it?
Could you do it?
Well, if I was a skydiver, I would.
I skydived. I wouldn't do that you
Why?
could not pay me enough to do that.
Why? You have a parachute on.
Yeah. Have you ever spun out of control? That you can spin out of control before you deploy. You can.
Well, yeah, but you regain. That's when you learn to fly. You learn to position your body.
I'm just saying, it's a little risky for me.
Do you know who did do it? Was Tom Cruise in the 5th Mission Impossible. There's a scene in the beginning of the movie where he runs and he jumps on a plane and he's holding onto the side of one of those C-170s, one of those big, transporter planes.
Yeah.
They did have him, strapped in from the inside, but he did it like 6 times where the plane is taking off and he's on the outside of the plane.
Because he does his own stunts.
He does, yeah. He really walked on the outside of the Bij Tarmin in Dubai. He hung from that.
The tall building?
Yeah. And the 4th movie, yeah, he does all that stuff.
I wouldn't even hang upside down off your fishing boat. So, anyway. Last month, this is a really, I don't know. It's just like, I'm going to read the story to you. It's just so sad in a way I can't describe. Last month, a woman who was shot twice in the back and paralyzed in the Columbine school shooting died. Okay, so she was shot in 1999 twice in the back, and she was paralyzed from that shooting. Anne-Marie Holkalter, was 43 years old, and she died last month. So the coroner's office has officially ruled her death a homicide. And that ups the death toll from the Columbine shooting. It's officially risen to 14.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because it was from complications of things that happened?
Basically, she ended up getting sepsis, and the coroner ruled that it came because she had paraplegia, and it came from those 2 bullets in her back.
Right. Oh, that's crazy.
Caused by that, and she would not be dead today if it wasn't for that Columbine school shooting, so it upped the death count.
Wow.
That's pretty wild. All right, let me tell you about this. The former director of global public policy for Facebook, Sarah Wynne Williams, has just published an explosive memoir called Careless People, and Mark Zuckerberg is freaking out about it. Managed to get an arbitrator to bar her from going around to news outlets and book signings to promote it. So she put out the book last week, but she is not allowed, because Mark Zuckerberg sued, is not allowed to go out there and promote it. She can still sell it. She can't promote it.
Oops.
There's a ton of stuff in there, I guess, that including basically describing Zuckerberg as a big man baby, and his employees let him win board games because he can't handle it.
I totally
when he
believe
loses.
it. Totally believe that.
Yeah, it's nuts. I definitely want to read this. I think it'd be a great read. But anyway, he's that upset about it that he's preventing her from promoting it. Those are your 3 things.
All right, here we go. Double up for everyone. Tickets for The Offspring up for grabs July 25th in Cincinnati. They're going to be performing with Jimmy Eat World and Newfound Glory. We have got Adam, Jonna, and Joe on the phone. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, here's how the game works. It's very simple. It's called Don't Blow It for Everyone. You are each going to get your own trivia question. You cannot help each other out. If each of you gets your question correct, you all, win a pair of tickets.
Getting choked up over this game. It is pretty rough. It is a rough one.
This is a brutal game.
If one of you gets your question wrong, you have blown it for everyone. We hang up. No goodbye, no sayonara, no nothing. You just go away. So, here we go. Adam, Jonna, Joe. Adam, you called first, which means you get the first question for Adam and only Adam. William H. Macy is 75 today. He played Frank Gallagher on what TV show? I need an answer. Well, that was fun.
Wow, are you serious?
Dang, already.
Not even a guess, Adam?
Oh.
All right. Round number 2. Ryan, Ben, Robert. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Hello.
Morning.
All right, there we go. There's all 3. Okay, same deal. You each get your own question. You cannot help each other out. Ryan, you called in first, so we're starting with you. Ryan, your question is, today in 1975, Monty Python's Search for the Holy Grail debuted in theaters. One of the greatest comedies of all time. What is the name of the king that goes looking for the Holy Grail? Ryan, I need a guess.
Just guess.
King of the Britain.
King of the Britain? Oh, darn.
Kelly, do you know the answer?
Is it Arthur?
Yes, King Arthur. Knights of the Round Table.
Yeah.
Do you want to try one more time real quick?
Sure.
You got 3
let's
callers?
do it.
We're just doing this live. All right. Blitz, good morning. Who's this?
Hello.
You got to turn the phone up there, Thick.
Oh,
there you go.
sorry.
Hey.
Blitz, who's this? Good morning.
It's Slayson.
Slayson, hang on one second. Blitz, good morning. Who's this?
This is Tim.
Tim, hang on one second. Make sure your radio's down for us. Blitz, good morning. Who's this?
Oh. All right. Dustin.
Dustin, make sure your radio's turned down for us, please. All right. Slayson, Tim, Dustin, ready to play Don't Blow It for everyone. You each get your own question. You cannot help each other out. Here we go. Slayson, you start with you. Today in 1969, Disney released the Love Bug movie. What car was the Love Bug?
Volkswagen.
Okay, I'll give you credit for that. It's a Beetle. It's a Volkswagen Beetle.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely.
All right.
Slayson, you're off the hook. Tim, here we go. Question for you. Today in 1968, ABC aired the final episode of which Caped Crusader superhero TV show?
Superman.
I even tried to make it a little easier by saying Caped Crusader.
That was it. It couldn't get any easier than that.
Who's the Caped Crusader?
Batman.
Yes. By the way, if you want to see a really great video, jump on my TikTok, because in the Batman movie from 1966, there's a scene where he's running around with a bomb, and he can't get rid of this bomb, and he's running all over this dock, and a marching band and ducks and everything keeps getting in the way. I have a Batman pajama onesie, a full-blown Batman, and I picked up my Michigan football helmet, and I ran around the living room while it was on the screen. So I did a live reenactment.
What's your TikTok?
If you want to go.
What's your handle?
I want to go see that. Okay, well, we'll give these tickets away at like 9:10 because we have to give them away.
We're going to play again?
Or are we just going to hang on to them?
Whatever you want to do. We can play again.
Okay, about 9:10. We'll have another chance to win these tickets for Offspring 99.7 The Blitz.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
Your first story is a WTF. What the Florida? You know, you can steal a lot of things. I don't know if I've ever considered stealing this, though. 39-year-old man by the name of John Albertson was just arrested for stealing lap dances. The Rain Ladies and Gentlemen's Club on early Tuesday morning. Police say John seemed to enjoy several lap dances, but when he was presented with the tab, he said he didn't have any money to pay for them. I remember one time I was in Vegas, and I drunkenly stumbled into a buffet and helped myself to some food and sat down, not realizing that when you check in at a buffet, they give you a ticket, and they take you to your table, and your ticket has your table number written on it. And somebody walked up and was like, "Where's your ticket? Did you pay?" And I started crying. And I was like, "I lost all my money at the tables, and I can't afford to pay for the buffet."
No, you did not.
The server paid for my food.
Oh.
But I've never considered stealing lap dances before. I might have to give this a try.
Sounds like you're good at, whatever you have going on there. You can garner some sympathy.
Right, yeah. Just start crying.
Yeah, just start crying.
I can't pay for the booty. I'm sorry. Apparently, it sounded like John was drunk. He owed the place about $160. He was charged with misdemeanor theft. He spent 12 hours in jail and was released pending a court date. So, good luck with that, John. Speaking of thievery, here's another story, also out of Florida. WTF. What the Florida? Again, this comes from the Tampa Bay Times. And I want to read you the article directly, because I don't know if this person who works for the Tampa Bay Times wants to be a journalist. I think this person wants to write novels. Listen to this article. Keith Lawless's phone buzzed, but he ignored it. He didn't want to disturb his wife and daughter who slept next to him. Christmas Day spent in southern England had tuckered out for the St. Petersburg family. The phone buzzed again and again. Finally, Lawless grabbed it. The blue light illuminated the pitch-black bedroom.
Oh, Lord.
Security cameras at the family's old northeast neighborhood home sent the notifications an oceans away. There was movement in their living room. This is the actual news article.
Okay.
Wow.
Lawless flipped through the camera feed and saw, basically, I'm going to skip over the next part. He saw a bunch of men walking around his house. But this is what's strange. He called the police. The video evidence showed what was going on, but then it untangled an entire crime syndicate involving rare stolen books from other houses, a rare turtle that was stolen from another house, and cash and jewels that were stolen from another house. Apparently, these were people that were just robbing the neighborhood. But it unveiled this whole crime spree full of crazy, valuable things. So thanks to his phone buzzing, they have now caught these two criminals.
And they lived happily
ever after,
yeah,
yes.
I like that.
With the turtle.
Whoever you are, sir, wait, does it say this person's name? Oh, Michaela Mulligan. Michaela, you need to leave the Tampa Bay Times and go start writing your
That's
novel.
right. I'd read it. I was all in.
That is your not-so-breaking news, 99.7 The Blitz. All right, how trusting are you in your relationship? Can you be too trusting in your relationship? I have a radio friend in Kentucky, and she told a story. Her and her husband have a couple horses, and they really love the horse shows, and they travel, and so they've got a horse trailer. And it came up where there is a young lady at the stable that they're at, and they all wanted to go to this horse show, but she doesn't have a trailer. They're expensive. So she told her husband, we have room in our trailer. You get the horse, and then you guys drive down. I've got some work to take care of. I'll meet you down there later. Oh. And this is a young, attractive woman in the stable. It's like a 2-hour car ride. And some people are like, wait, you let your husband drive in a car with this young, attractive woman, and you didn't care?
Yeah, there's no thought to her.
No thought to her whatsoever.
It's a great idea.
Right.
For her, yeah.
And so it was like, oh, yeah, how trusting are you in your relationship? And then something happened yesterday, and I had the exact same thought. Because we've got, obviously, Kelly Thick, and special guest Westside Jeff is here. Jeff works in our business side, and Jeff is also the person we've talked to before because him and his wife are the kindest people, and they are the ones I'm living with.
He's your landlord.
Before my family gets here in June. Yeah. He offered up his, an extra bedroom in his house in Upper Arlington. Hasn't asked for anything. I mean, just absolutely amazing. And to top it all off, both him and his wife are golfers. In fact, she's more of a golfer than you are.
Yeah, clearly.
You said, in the summer.
Call me a golfer's a stretch.
Right. You said in the summer, never see her. She's, she's at the.
I warned you when you first came. I don't think you believed me when I said, literally, golf season. She's going to go to the club. She won't be home till 10, 11 o'clock at night. Probably 6 days a week.
Right.
I don't think you believe me. Now you believe me.
No, I see it, absolutely.
Now you believe me.
They're members over at Heritage.
She's like the mayor over there.
Yes, she is the club champion. She's got her own parking spot.
Oh, is she really?
Oh, yeah.
The old sign there.
Yeah, absolutely.
She gets pissed if she doesn't win.
Their living room office is just filled with trophies and all kinds
Not
of
mine,
stuff.
her name.
So, with this weather being so nice, on like Tuesday, Jeff and his wife were nice enough to say, do you want to go check out Heritage? Sharon will take you. And I was like, that is so kind of you. Yes, of course. I will golf anytime I can. And at a country club? Yeah, why not? I went on a date yesterday.
Westside wife.
I went on a date with Jeff's wife.
That's my wife.
Because we golfed, but she mentioned that they have a new menu, and she goes, I don't feel like cooking tonight. Let's just have dinner at the 19th hole. So we sat down, we had dinner. She said, I'm having a drink. I said, absolutely, I'll have a drink too. We got to talking, we're having some drinks, and then the speaker on the outside starts playing music, except the song is changing like every 10 seconds. It's driving my tism nuts. I'm like, I can't handle this. What is going on? She goes, oh, they play Songo inside the bar. It's basically like bingo, but they play clips of songs, and your bingo card is filled with titles. So if you have that song, you get it up. And I was like, that sounds great. Let's go play. So we go inside. We have more drinks. We play a couple rounds of Songo. We Uber home together, both feeling pretty nice.
And it's like best first date ever, right?
Right.
It's so good.
I absolutely would call her back, 100%.
Now, for the record, what was the tea time?
12:50
at home. What time did the Uber pull in?
No.
Let me help you with that. It was about 9:30.
Oh, that's way past your bedtime.
It was way past.
Jeff, were you eating a bologna sandwich for dinner?
I was sitting out back.
Was out on a date.
I was sitting outside watching the TPC with the dogs. I knew where she was. I was good.
So that being said, you obviously have a very trusting relationship.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, Kelly, are you in the same boat?
Yes, I trust my husband 100%. I have zero doubts at all. He could have been in the same situation as you. I don't have any doubt that it would have been fine.
Thick?
Unconditionally. No worries.
No problem whatsoever.
Let me give a caveat, though. I don't necessarily know if I'd like it. I think I might be like, okay, like, I'm glad you had fun, but also I might feel a little kind of way. Maybe if they had a ton of fun, I might feel like a little bit jealous. Like
if he was with your
my friend, like if I thought,
wife.
like, is she more fun than I am, though? I mean, I'm wondering about myself at this point.
You have a couple internal questions.
Do I have competition now? I don't know.
Okay, I mean,
I trust him, but I start to question myself. Like, oh, is she funnier than I am?
Oh my God!
Were there any before bed conversations that took place?
No, she walked in.
Were there, Goose?
She walked in the door. Yeah, good question. Actually, Kelly, now that you mention it, there was.
Oh.
You want to explain that? Do you remember?
He doesn't even remember what time he got home.
Dude,
He picked up his phone and FaceTimed Nora.
I did. That's right. In fact, we have to call her.
She may not like this conversation.
I don't know if she knows the full extent.
I don't know her that well. She may not like this conversation.
I remember calling her.
Yeah.
But her and Sharon talked a lot.
You kept interrupting her because you kept interrupting Sharon because you're like, I want to play there, I want to play there, I want to join there, and I'm like, shut up! My wife's talking yours into joining, and you kept interrupting her. And I said, dude, she's gonna have it for you. Stay out of this. Come here, and you couldn't shut up. You could not shut up.
That doesn't sound like me at all.
No, not at all. No. Not at all. Just kept saying, I didn't lose 9 golf balls out there as I'm piling golf balls into a little bag for you. I'm like,
you were talking alcohol, Goose, not normal Goose.
Well, my wife is trying to talk his future wife into joining the course.
Alcohol Goose is normal.
Right? I would love to join. Okay, I'm going to text her because I know she's at work right now, but we got to get Nora on the phone and explain to her that I want to see how she feels about me going on a date yesterday with a married woman and see how she would feel. All right, we'll get to that next. 99.7 The Blitz. All right. How trusting are you in your relationship? Because yesterday, I mean, by all intents and purposes, I went on a date with a married woman yesterday. 18 holes of golf, dinner at the clubhouse, drinks. We even stayed late and played Songo, which is like the musical version of bingo.
You're having laughs. You're having drinks.
Talked about family stuff.
Yeah, life stories.
Yep, all of it. And then had to Uber home together. We talked to Jeff, who's his wife, the husband and wife that I'm staying with. Nice enough to take me golfing at the country club. But I don't know if I don't know how Nora... Bunny, you there?
Yes.
Did you just...
Wait. The tone's already a little...
Hold on. You had her on the phone while I was explaining. You didn't keep her on hold? Bunny, you heard all that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Songo and all.
How are you feeling today?
Why are you asking this?
That's sweet, though.
No, she's hoping I say awful.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not being concernicus.
Nora, Jeff asked him what time he got home. He said he didn't know.
I believe it.
Do you trust me implicitly, Bunny?
I do, but there's some factors.
There are some factors.
She's got questions.
Do you think yesterday was too much? Was yesterday wrong?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
The missing part was I had no idea who you were with the entire day.
What, you didn't?
No, you never told me you had a tea time with her and that probably would have made me feel better if I would have known you were with her. I thought you were soloing it.
Oh.
So she trusts
you. You met a cart girl and so
okay, if I met a cart girl who was getting off work and then had dinner with her at the clubhouse and played after for Songo, that would be completely
you're breaking
wrong.
up.
That's over the line.
Yeah, that's way over the line.
You're at that point, you're being disrespectful.
Yeah, for sure.
So
even if you don't do anything.
At what point, Nora, did you find out that he was with Jeff's wife?
when they FaceTimed me drunk at 9:30.
You didn't know the entire time?
No, you never told me.
I swear to God I told you.
I could tell as the text messages went on, the more alcohol was being consumed. And I was losing you very fast.
Why, didn't they get lovey-dovey? They always get lovey-dovey.
No, at one point you called me Ben instead of Bunny.
Ben?
Look at your text messages.
Wait, hold on, I gotta go.
Oh, it's in your text.
Yeah, at first it was Unny. You forgot the B.
And then it was
then
Ben.
You said hello.
I
Ben.
did at 8:13. Hello, ? Ben.
At that point, I put my phone on the charger and went to bed.
Oh. All right. Well, I'm glad you trust me. I would allow you to do the same thing if you went out with a married guy and we knew the family and you went golfing and had dinner.
But the lesson is we talk about it before and we don't let them find out at 9:30.
I concur.
I agree.
That was a mistake on my part. That was an oversight. I swore I told you. I am very sorry.
I love you, Goldfish.
And you're the only one for me.
What, Goldfish?
Goldfish and Bunny. All these nicknames are great.
Goldfish is because I have zero memory. So she calls me a goldfish.
Oh.
Yeah, because I have no memory of anything ever. And she's always telling me, she's like, we talked about this. We already did this.
Goldfish.
Hey, Ben, are you at work or?
I'm going to golf with my friend's husband in a minute.
Okay. I will see you about 2 o'clock or so, okay?
Okay, love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Bye, love you, bye.
Okay, good. She's not mad. Weekend's not ruined. I can go home to a safe haven.
The lessons were learned.
Lessons were learned. Absolutely. 99.7 The Blitz.
Ben is good.
And now, 3 things you need to know before you go.
Well, the big Dublin St. Patrick's Day parade is tomorrow. Parade is tomorrow. The parade starts at 11 a.m. at Dublin. Why does that sound weird? Do you ever say a word and then it doesn't sound right? Parade. That's a weird word. Limit.
Road.
Oh, Black Sheep fan. I love it. The parade starts at 11 a.m. at the Dublin Metro Centre, travels east on High Street to the Historic District. Before the parade is a pancake breakfast at Sells Middle School, and then after the parade, there's a pub crawl in downtown Dublin. So they're having a great time in Dublin tomorrow to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, which is on Monday.
Ending in a what?
Huh?
Ending in a...
Parade.
Parade.
It's a weird word. A woman named Maria Brañas died last year in Spain at the age of 117. Okay, she's what they call a supercentenarian. 117 years old. If you
That's got to be the oldest person to ever live.
Yeah, she was the oldest at the time. And they usually, it's around 115 when they're like, yeah, the oldest person alive. 117 she made it to. So she absolutely agreed to be researched. She's like, I know that I have great genes. I'm alive. She cognitively was great up until right before she died. She was doing well cognitively. She was engaging in, what do you call that when you're interacting with people? So she was being social.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I'm losing it. You would think I was the one who got drunk last night.
You're not making it
with
to
my
117.
Social's a very weird word.
Yeah, social's a weird word.
Okay, anyway. Oh my gosh, I'm losing it.
What is going on this morning?
They are studying her, and how in the world did she live to be 117 years old and keep in such great shape mentally and physically? Well, they have found that, number one, she did have good genes.
Bacon and bourbon.
Number two, her gut biome was described as being the gut biome of a child. That's how good it was.
Wow.
And so they studied like the last 25 years of her life. She's born in the USA, but she ended up moving to Spain at some point. And for the last 25 years of her life, she ate a Mediterranean diet and 3 yogurts a day. 3 yogurts per day. And a Mediterranean diet kept her gut.
Well, they say Mediterranean diet is by far the best way to go.
Yes. And they say that she did not drink, she did not smoke.
I'm out.
She did exercise, and she did spend a lot of time with her family. So she had social stuff. she had
the scientific term, social
the
stuff.
Social stuff, that's what they say. And lived to be 117 years old.
Good for her.
Anyway, hey, bump it up to 3 yogurts a day, and you might just live to be 117.
I don't want to be 117. I mean, if everyone in your life survives to the average, even a little bit above average, 80. If they survive to 80, you're still 37 more years.
I know.
That's insane.
Like if you think about it, you're that much older than your oldest friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Man.
All right. I did this story because, Goose, I know that you loved Broadway shows.
I do, yeah.
I'm a fan as well, but I know you've seen you've seen quite a number of them. The New York Post has a Broadway critic. His name is Johnny Oleksinski, and he was uninvited to Othello, starring Denzel Washington and Jake Gyllenhaal, after he wrote an article last week saying that tickets to the show are way too expensive. And he's not wrong. Like, one ticket in like the middle of the front row, row M, $921 a piece.
Whoa!
It is the most expensive show right now on Broadway.
I actually, funny enough, I just read an article that popped up every week. Playbill, which is the kind of program they give you when you go to the Broadway shows.
Yeah.
They release the numbers for what's the highest ticket price and what tickets are going for, and who's selling out. And Othello is the highest ticket price right now. The average ticket is like $340 right now for that show, which is just ungodly.
So it is really, really pricey. And just kind of looking around, if you want to see, like, arguably the best thing on Broadway in the past 10 years is Hamilton.
Right.
And you can sit in the front section for $193. Now, that's expensive, granted, but it's way more affordable than going to see something like Glengarry Glen Ross, which it will cost you $300-400 to sit in that front section.
Especially because a lot of shows do this, like you bring in Denzel and Jake Gyllenhaal,
right?
Or Glengarry Glen Ross brought in Bill Burr and a couple others,
Kieran Culkin,
right.
Bob Odenkirk. It's a huge star-studded Michael McKean, a huge cast.
Yeah.
And you'll pay for it.
And it's supply and demand. You know, Hamilton used to be thousands of dollars a ticket.
You would pay $1,000 to sit front row at Hamilton.
Yep. Oh my God.
But it's sort of, and like you said, it's not the original cast now. They've so you can see it for a more affordable price. However, I don't know. I don't know why it upsets me. I don't live in New York. I've seen 2 Broadway shows in my life, and I didn't pay for either of them. Somebody else bought the tickets. So what do I care? But definitely makes me feel like if I lived there, I'd be kind of bummed. I would want to see Broadway shows all the time, and I could never afford to. Yeah, I don't know, whatever. But anyway, so here's what happened to this critic. He wrote this article, posted it last week, and said, this show's unaffordable. It's way too expensive. $921 for row M. And so the show called him, and they said, hey, we know that we told you we'd set you aside a ticket, but we don't have any availabilities now. Like, they uninvited him. So he had the New York Post buy him a ticket anyway, so they will get reviewed, but they're in preview performances right now, and they're sold out.
They'll have their opening night, and that's when the reviewers go.
Yeah.
And I can't... You're not... Denzel and Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Just write the review now.
Yeah.
Like, it's great.
It's great.
Like,
the end.
Yeah.
All right, those are your 3 things.
All right, here we go. Time to play Don't Blow It for everyone. Up for grabs. Tickets to see The Offspring with Jimmy Eat World and Newfound Glory at Riverbend Music Center in Cincinnati, July 25th. We've got 3 contestants ready to go. Kinsey, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. Ellie, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Brandy, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, that's how the game works. You are each getting your own question. You cannot help each other out. If all 3 of you get your respective questions correct, all 3 of you are getting a pair of tickets to the show. If one of you gets your question wrong, hanging up, no goodbye, no nothing, you're done for, no tickets. So here we go. Kinsey, you called in first, so we are starting with you and only you. Kinsey, in 1984, Apple released what computer? 1984. I need an answer.
I'd say the Mac. I don't know.
The Mac.
Yeah. The Mac computer.
No, I can't do it. No.
You sure?
Are we,
okay.
Are we? No. Did you hang up? All right.
Hold on. No, I didn't hang up.
I'll give them credit.
Because what's the answer?
Macintosh.
Well, it's what
but they
it
had
is.
the iMac.
Yeah, Apple Macintosh.
They had the iMac.
Yeah, but the Mac always stood for Macintosh.
Okay. All right. All right. Fine. Macintosh. Okay. Okay. Kinsey, you're off the hook.
I would have been mad if you didn't give me
that. All right. Ellie, we are on to you.
All right.
Your question is the 113th anniversary of which organization founded by Juliette Gordon Lowe was this past Wednesday?
Oh, man.
If you think about the time of the year.
Gotcha. This past Wednesday.
In March. You see them all over the place right now.
See them all over the place right now. Flowers?
No, what organization?
Oh, organization. Man, I don't. I'm sorry, guys.
Dial tone.
It's a tricky.
That is a tricky one. We talked about it. Thick, do you have a guess as to which organization is turned 113? We talked about it. You see them everywhere this time of year.
Orange Barrel Organization? I don't know, man. I have no idea.
Girl Scouts.
Oh, my God.
Come on.
That was so easy. Cookies. You see them everywhere.
Right. All right. One more try. Kevin, good morning.
Good morning.
Amy, good morning.
Hello.
Robert, good morning.
Hello again.
All right, here we go. Same rules apply. You're each getting your own question. You cannot help each other out. One of you gets your question wrong. Game over. Kevin, you called in first, so we're starting with you. What is the name of the girl Forrest Gump was in love with?
Jenny.
You said Jenny and not Penny, right?
He did.
Okay.
I said Jenny.
Jenny, very good. Kevin, you're off the hook. Amy, we are on to you. All the pressure falls on you now. How many points is a safety worth in the NFL?
3.
I think she knew it right after she said it. I heard, as you were hanging up, I heard.
Oh, my gosh.
We'll hold on to these tickets till next week. That's all we can do.
Yeah, when's the show?
I'm trying July 25th.
Oh,
we
yeah,
got time.
we can give
We
it
got
away.
time.
Yeah.
We'll try again next week.
Yeah.
99.7 The Blitz.
Now, let's see if we can learn you something. Sit up and pay attention.
All right, let's make you a little bit smarter than you were when you woke up. A couple fun facts for you. I feel a bit slighted. I don't, because I'm not a fan of these. I don't drink these. But I guess growing up, you always think one thing, but then it turns out not to be true. I thought Slurpees were their own thing. I thought 7-Eleven just, the Slurpees belonged to 7-Eleven. It was a 7-Eleven invention. But no, there is no difference between Slurpees and Ices. They are both made by the Icy company. 7-Eleven just has a licensing deal to call them Slurpees. But it's the same thing. I had no idea. E is the most common letter in English, followed by A, R, I, and O, which is interesting because you would think that those would be the guesses. If those are the most common letters, why wouldn't you guess those all the time on the final puzzle of Wheel of Fortune?
Well, because you can only pick one vowel.
Oh, that makes sense.
R, S, T, N, L, and E.
Yeah. Well, they give you those now.
On the final one, yeah. But
And
then you
get
can
to
only
pick 4
pick
more.
one more vowel.
Yeah, one more vowel.
Yeah.
So A, I,
So
and O.
They give
right.
you that E.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Paul Revere didn't yell, "The British are coming! The British are coming!" Do you know why?
We've been lied to! No, I do not know why.
Because at the time, Americans still considered themselves British. So he wouldn't yell, "The British are coming! The British are coming!"
Okay, well, what did he yell?
He probably used the most common term for British soldiers, which was regulars.
Okay.
The regulars
Yes,
are coming.
yes.
The regulars are coming. Yeah. Tweety Bird was created 3 years before Sylvester.
Ooh, I thought I saw a putty cat.
Tweety debuted in 1942. Sylvester didn't debut until 1945. So what did Tweety do for 3 years? Oh, well, probably lived a calm, happy life. He wasn't trying to be eaten by Sylvester for 3 years. And then all hell broke loose. And finally, 4 states have an official pie. Today is Pie Day, based off the mathematical
3.14.
Yeah, equation. Is it an equation or is it just a number? I don't know if it's an equation.
Pi equals 3.14.
Well, I know that.
Yeah.
To measure the circumference of a circle.
Right.
But is it called an equation or is it called a theorem? Is it the theory of pi? Anyways,
you had to go and do this to me, didn't you?
4 states have an official state pie. Florida's official state pie is key lime. Illinois is pumpkin. Texas is pecan. And Vermont is apple. Also, Delaware's state dessert is peach pie. And Maine's state dessert is blueberry pie.
Pi is a mathematical constant.
Constant.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Now I have learned something, and I feel much smarter. There you go, learning you some stuff on a Friday morning. 99.7 The Blitz.